Dela writes, my MVVs, welcome.
Oletik and Ebony are rumored to have had great disappointment as Oni of Ife named library section of Odua Heritage Hall after Prince Tadenikawo rather than one of their sons. The entire time we have heard that Oni of Ife gave this, that, and that to Tadenikawo. And right now, because they also have sons for the monarch, they were hoping that Kabiyesi will reconsider his stance and begin to, give things to their own children, to their own boys as well. But for reason best known to the monarch, because the last time we checked, the monarch is a very intelligent and, smart thinking individual. He still decided to name the library section of the Odua Congress Hall, for which Baba Ijebo donated the 1 billion naira Odua Heritage Hall library section after Tadenikawo. And they said this did not go well. They said that before the launching came up, that the launching was to mark the 50th anniversary of the Oni of Ife. Now, the plan, the halls, the offices, everything had been sent to Oni of Ife to give the names that he would want. And he gave names of every part of the hall. And for the library, he named it after Prince Tadenikawo. But because the whole information was out there, they were hoping that because Oni of Ife named a street right there inside the palace of the Oni of Ife, a close named the Prince Tadenikawo's close, they were hoping that Oni of Ife, that library section or some section, Oni would name after his newly born 2 boys. But they said Oni did not even consider them and still decided to name it after Prince Tadenikawo. And they said this did not go well with the Oloris, who felt really, really bad about the fact that there is that Oni of Ife is not being fair, that there is that the level of inequality around the palace that has to do with the children is much. Right now, from the last time we checked, if the information we got is true, Olorinami owns a lot of stuff that belongs to the Oni of Ife, and they said that everything that Olorinami owns because of Tadenikawo. Take, for instance, they said the royal mansion in Lagos is worth over 1 billion naira. Nami owns it now because of Tadenikawo. They said there is a house in Abuja that is worth over 1 billion naira. They said the house is in a place called the Minister's Hill in Abuja. That these are some of the most expensive neighborhoods in Abuja, and that house is worth over 1 billion naira. Tadenikawo owns that house because of Olorinami. Now, the Equity Hospital share, that say Tadenikawo own most of the share because of Olorinami. And is it the oil and gas Tadenikawo owns and all of these things? And so, because these children have just been born, people were thinking that Oni of Ife would begin to see reason to give some of these new names and properties to some of these new boys. But since they were born, that Oni has continued even after they were born, giving everything yet to Tadenikawo. But my thing is that if you say giving everything, one would think that Oni gave them the Heritage Hall. It's a name. Oni named it after Prince Tadenikawo. That is what we are hearing. They said that Ebony has cried, Oletik has cried her eyes out, like it was so bad that even when Oletik had called for a meeting in the palace. Wanted to talk to the Oni of Ife. Oni of Ife allowed her to come before him to speak. But when it got to a point where Oni of Ife discovered that it was about anything that had to do with Tadenikawo, they said Oni of Ife shunned her and told her never to call Tadenikawo again. That he will appreciate it if they can do their things and leave the son alone. That Oni of Ife was very, very apprehensive when he found out that what Oletik had come to discuss with him had a lot to do with Tadenikawo, that he did not take it lightly with Oletik. And these are the things that, are happening in the palace that he said is making feeling otherwise feel very, very insecure and feeling very bad. But then again, people need to understand that when a man cares about a woman, and besides, this boy is his first son, is his prince, and so he has the right to do whatever he damn feel. And besides, he is a Role Oduduwa. He can do whatever he wants to do with his own money. This is what is going on. I'm going to bring you more update. Do not forget, these are all alleged, rumored, and speculated information making the rounds on social media.